We're staying in our moredimensioning.dwg file, and we're going to have a look now at using continue and baseline when we're dimensioning in our AutoCAD drawings. You'll notice again I've done a zoom extents on the drawing. That's just a double click on the wheel to zoom out and take stock of the AutoCAD drawing that you're working in. Now, what I'm going to do is utilize our named views. So I'm going to go to top here in the drawing area, hover over custom model views and go to reception. Now be aware that sometimes this does change the layer that you're using and that you're on. But the good thing is if you go to the annotate tab on the ribbon, you'll notice in the dimensions panel you've got a dimension layer override. So make sure you're using Anno Dims, that one there. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to look at continue first, and that allows us to create a continuous string of dimensions in our AutoCAD drawing. But you need to place a linear dimension first. So in the dimensions panel on the annotate tab, click on the flyout here and select linear. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dimension from the grid line on this office here, there, like so, that intersection there, to the end of this line here, which separates the two offices. If I click there and just drag down, that'll give me a 2625 dimension there, like so. Zoom out again a little bit and just pan across a little bit. And then come into the dimensions panel again and click on this flyout here and select continue. It'll automatically start continuing dimensions from the last linear dimension placed, which was our 2625, which is great. I can now go to this intersection here, like so. I can then perhaps go to a midpoint somewhere there. Let's go there. And as you can see, I'm placing a continuous line of dimensions. I'll press enter to finish, and then it prompts me to select another dimension that I might want to continue from. I don't want to, so I just press enter to finish again. So there's always two enters at the end of the continue command, like so. Now that's a continue dimension setting. What about the baseline dimension setting? Well, let's undo what we've just done. So if I click on undo on the quick access toolbar so that we've just got the 2625 left over, I'm going to utilize that dimension as my baseline dimension. So what I'm going to do now is go back up to the dimension panel, click on the flyout and select baseline. And what I need to do is select the base dimension. So I'm going to go over here to this extension line here, the left-hand one. So if I click there, as I move around, can you see it's giving me baseline dimensions based on that extension line? So as I come along here, I'll go to, say, that intersection there. And then if I go to that midpoint again there and click, enter once to finish. Again, it's prompting me for another base dimension, just like the continue. Press enter again and we're finished. So you'll notice that that particular dimension style, so to speak, is creating dimensions from a baseline based on the extension line here of the 2625 dimension. So you can see that I've got two different methods of dimensioning utilizing continue and baseline, which are useful both in their own right in your AutoCAD drawing.